Everyone tells you to move more, walk more, stay active. And movement matters. But here's what's interesting. The real secret to living longer isn't about moving more. It's about holding completely still isometric exercises, where you hold a position without any movement, are one of the most powerful predictors of how long you'll live. Research shows that people with greater isometric strength have healthier hearts, denser bones, and a better chance of staying active and independent as they grow older. In this video, you'll see the 5 essential holds you need, why hold number 2 predicts your lifespan better than almost any other test, and the simple 3-day routine that takes less than 15 minutes per session. Hold number 1, wall sit. After age 50, you start losing muscle mass in a very predictable pattern, and it starts in your legs. Your quadriceps, the big muscles on the front of your thighs, they're the first to go. And when they go, your knees become unstable, stairs become harder, and getting up from a chair starts requiring your hands for help. The wall sit rebuilds that foundation. Stand with your back against a wall and walk your feet out about 2 feet in front of you. Slide your back down the wall until your thighs are parallel to the ground, like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Your knees should be at a 90-degree angle directly above your ankles, not past your toes. Keep your feet hip-width apart and your back flat against the wall. Now here's the most important part. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing steadily and continuously through your nose if possible. Holding your breath during these exercises causes a dangerous spike in blood pressure, so keep that air flowing. Start by holding this position for 20 to 30 seconds. That's it. As you get stronger over the next few weeks, add 5 seconds each week. Eventually, you'll work your way up to 60 seconds, but there's no rush. If 90 degrees is too difficult right now, slide down only halfway. A higher position with good form is better than a low position with bad form. Your legs are your foundation. When they go, everything else follows. This hold rebuilds that foundation and keeps you independent. That's the first issue, but the next one shows up in a place most people never think to look, and it's the single strongest predictor of how long you'll live. Hold number 2, dead hang. Your grip strength, your ability to hang from a bar, is the single strongest predictor of your lifespan. I'm not exaggerating. Multiple studies have shown that grip strength correlates with cardiovascular health, bone density, muscle mass, and all-cause mortality. Better than your cholesterol, your blood pressure, or even your weight. Think about that for a second. How long you can hang from a bar tells doctors more about how long you'll live than almost any other fitness test they can give you. You need a pull-up bar or any sturdy overhead bar you can hang from. Grab the bar with both hands, palms facing away from you, hands about shoulder width apart. Now let your body hang with your arms fully extended. Your feet should be off the ground and your body should be completely still. No swinging, no kipping, just hanging there like a piece of laundry on a clothesline. Start by hanging for 15 to 30 seconds. If you can't hang that long yet, use a step or a chair to take some of your weight. Put one foot lightly on the step for assistance, but still let your arms do most of the work. As you get stronger, take more weight off the step until you're hanging completely free. Work your way up to 60 seconds. That's the goal. And remember, breathe. Steady, relaxed breaths. Don't tense up your whole body. Let your shoulders relax, keep your core engaged, and just hang there. If you can't do this yet, that's okay. That's why we're here. But this is the hold that matters most for longevity, so make this one a priority. Fixing leg strength and grip strength helps, but if you struggle to get up off the floor without using your hands, or if your back hurts by the end of the day, this next hold is going to change everything for you. Hold number 3, plank. Here's what most people get wrong about core strength. They think it's about six-pack abs or looking good at the beach. But your core isn't about appearance, it's about protection. Your core muscles are what stabilize your spine and prevent the back pain that sidelines so many people after 50. When it's weak, your lower back compensates, and that's when the daily pain starts. Get down on the floor and position yourself on your forearms and toes. Your elbows should be directly under your shoulders, and your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. Not a mountain, not a valley, a straight line. Engage your core by pulling your belly button toward your spine. Squeeze your glutes. Keep your head in a neutral position, looking at the floor about a foot in front of your hands. The two biggest mistakes people make with planks are letting their hips sag down toward the floor, which puts pressure on your lower back, or hiking their hips up too high, which takes the work off the core. Keep that straight line, and most importantly, keep breathing. Shallow breaths are fine here because your core is engaged, but don't hold your breath. Start with 20 to 30 seconds. If that's too difficult, drop your knees to the ground for a modified plank. You'll still get the core engagement, but with less intensity. As you get stronger, progress to the full plank and add 5 seconds each week. Your core is the powerhouse of your body. When it's strong, everything else works better. You stand taller, you move more confidently, and your back stops hurting. That's your core locked in. But this next hold addresses something most people completely ignore. And it's one of the main reasons people lose their balance and fall as they age. Hold number 4, calf raise hold. Here's what happens as we age. We lose mobility in a very predictable pattern. First, your ankles get stiff, then your hips, then your thoracic spine. Basically, we get stiff from the ground up. And when your ankles lose strength and mobility, your balance goes with it. That's when you start catching your toe on cracks in the sidewalk, stumbling on uneven ground, and feeling unstable when you walk. This hold rebuilds that ankle strength and stability. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, near a wall or a sturdy chair you can hold onto for balance. Now, rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you can. Hold that position at the top. You should feel your calf muscles working hard, and you should feel your ankles stabilizing your entire body. If you need to, lightly touch the wall or chair with your fingertips for balance, but don't lean on it. The goal is to use your ankles and calves to keep you stable. Keep your core engaged, stand tall, and breathe steadily. Start by holding this position for 20 to 30 seconds. As you get stronger, you can progress by holding longer, or by taking your hands completely off the wall. Eventually, you can even try this on one leg at a time for an advanced balance challenge. Your ankles are the foundation of your balance. When they're strong and stable, you feel confident walking on any surface. When they're weak, every step feels uncertain. This hold rebuilds that confidence from the ground up. 4 down, 1 to go. And this final hold strengthens the muscles that most people completely neglect. The ones that keep your hips healthy and your posture strong. Hold number 5, glute bridge hold. Most of us sit for hours every day. And when you sit, your hip flexors get tight, your glutes get weak, and your lower back starts compensating for muscles that aren't doing their job. That's when you start feeling that nagging lower back pain, that stiffness when you stand up, and that forward-leaning posture that makes you look older than you are. The glute bridge hold fixes all of that. Lie on your back, with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Your feet should be close enough to your body that you can almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Now press through your heels and lift your hips up toward the ceiling until your body forms a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. At the top of the movement, squeeze your glutes hard. Really contract them. Your weight should be on your upper back and shoulders, not on your neck. Keep your core engaged and don't let your hips sag down. Hold that position and breathe. Steady, continuous breaths. Don't hold your breath. Start by holding this position for 20 to 30 seconds. You should feel your glutes and hamstrings working hard. If you feel this in your lower back instead of your glutes, you're not squeezing your glutes hard enough at the top. Focus on that contraction. As you get stronger, add 5 seconds each week. You can also make this harder by lifting one leg off the ground and holding a single leg bridge, but master the basic version first. Your glutes are the largest, strongest muscles in your body, and they're designed to power your movement and protect your lower back. When they're weak, everything else suffers. This hold wakes them up and puts them back to work. Now you know all 5 holds, but knowing them won't change anything unless you see how they work for someone just like you. Let me tell you about Richard. Richard was 68 when I first met him, and he walked into the gym with the kind of careful, hesitant steps that told me everything I needed to know. He wasn't in pain that day, he just looked fragile, like he was afraid of his own body. We sat down, and he told me what brought him in. 3 months earlier, he'd been walking through a parking lot when he caught his toe on a raised piece of concrete. Nothing dramatic, just a small trip, but he didn't catch himself. His legs didn't react fast enough, and he went down hard on his knees and hands. No broken bones, thank God, but it shook him badly. I used to play tennis twice a week, he said. I used to walk my dog every morning without thinking about it. Now I'm scared of curbs. I'm scared of stairs. I feel like I'm waiting for the next fall, and I don't know if I'll be able to get back up. That fear, that's what I see in so many people over 60. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. It's the slow shrinking of your world because your body doesn't feel trustworthy anymore. We started Richard on the simplest version of these 5 holds. No heroics, no trying to prove anything. Just the basics, done consistently. For the wall sit, we started with him sliding down only halfway. His quads were so weak that a full 90-degree position wasn't safe yet. 20 seconds, twice, with a full minute of rest in between. That was it. He hated it. His legs shook, but he did it. The dead hang was even harder. Richard couldn't hold his full body weight for more than 5 seconds. So we used a step. He kept one foot lightly on the step, just enough to take off about 30% of his weight, and he hung for 15 seconds. It didn't look like much, but his forearms were burning, and that meant it was working. The plank! We started on his knees. A modified plank, 20 seconds, and his core was screaming. He looked at me like I was torturing him, but I told him the same thing I'm telling you now. This discomfort is temporary, but the strength you build is permanent. Calf raises, glute bridges, same story. We started where his body was, not where he thought it should be. 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, less than 15 minutes per session, that was the deal. The first 2 weeks, Richard didn't notice much. His muscles were sore. He was skeptical. He kept asking me, "Is this really going to change anything?" I told him to trust the process. Week 3, something shifted. He told me he stood up from his couch without using his hands, and he didn't even realize he'd done it until he was halfway across the room. That was the wall sit paying off. His quads were waking up. Week 5, he hung from the bar for 30 seconds with no assistance. He looked at me with this shocked expression like he couldn't believe his own arms had just done that. His grip strength was coming back, and with it, his confidence. Week 6 was the turning point. Richard walked into the gym and told me he'd gone to his grandson's soccer game the day before. The field was on a hill, and he had to walk down a steep, grassy slope to get to the bleachers. Normally, he would have asked his daughter to drop him off closer or just skipped the game entirely, but this time, he walked down that hill without holding on to anyone, and he didn't feel afraid. "I felt steady," he said. "I felt like my body would catch me if I slipped." That's what these holds gave him, not a cure, not magic. Just the return of trust in his own body. By week 10, Richard was doing full wall sits for 45 seconds, hanging from the bar for a full minute, holding a plank for 40 seconds on his toes, and doing single-leg calf raises without touching the wall. He wasn't a different person. He was just a stronger version of himself. He told me something during our last session that stuck with me. He said, "I spent the last 5 years shrinking. I stopped doing things because I was afraid I couldn't. Now I'm doing things I didn't think I'd ever do again. I'm not trying to be 30. I'm just trying to be a strong 68. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like that's possible." What happened for Richard is possible for your body too, if you start at the right level and give it time. You're not broken. You're not done. You just need to rebuild the foundation, one hold at a time. These 5 holds aren't complicated, but they work. The wall sit rebuilds your legs. The dead hang strengthens your grip and predicts how long you'll live. The plank protects your back. The calf raise hold restores your balance. The glute bridge hold fixes your posture and wakes up the muscles that power your movement. So here's the routine. On your 3 days, perform all 5 of these holds in one session. Hold each for your target time, starting with 20 to 30 seconds, rest for 60 seconds, and then move to the next hold. The entire session will be done in less than 15 minutes. 3 days a week, less than 15 minutes per session, and in 6 weeks you'll feel stronger, steadier, and more confident in your own body. You're not too old and you're not done improving. Your body still answers when you train it. Tell me which hold you're starting with, and if you want more routines to stay strong and independent after 60, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.